I'm going to offer and guarantee, and I'll be willing to answer questions, that you will leave with a few decisions, a few tools, and a framework that allow you to increase your cyber posture, sleep at night, and have a better understanding of really where you need to invest and where you score immediately, right off the bat, no matter what your background is. My job was to lead the technical teams that had to bring solutions to the most vexing national security problems to the office of the president. Now, when I say bring the solutions, that's what you bring to the office of the president. You go down to Congress and scare the living hell out of them so you get money. It's the president, though, you don't show up with a problem, just describe the problem, you describe the solution. So step one, adopt a framework. I call it the 5 C's. Okay? The first C is connectivity. How is your network connected? Now, there's a lot of tools to map out how your network's connected. But what you have to do is map out your edge points, and that's where most people fail. They do not realize they've given a permission at an edge point they shouldn't have. So there are tools that you can use and that companies buy and license at great expense to map the flows of information and map their actual network and map their connectivity. Once you have mapped out your network, you have to know what equipment you have on your network. And it turns out this is another major issue that causes cyber weakness and cyber attacks. You'll have 90% of your systems running the latest version of Windows, but you'll have a few stragglers out there that you forgot about running Windows XP. Windows XP, in case you're not familiar, the most vulnerable thing ever built. The fix for Windows XP is Uninstall. This is the #1 vulnerability area. If you wanted to keep a company secure, and we did actually an experiment with a partner in the US government, they had laptops for their employees for their unclassified work and take it home and everything else. Lots of rules, nobody followed them. About 1,000 people, we said, we're going to give you a new laptop every year. And we timed out the laptop so if you don't turn it in, it bricks out and it can't work. It physically can't turn on again. What we found on those laptops was absolutely incredible when we did the forensics of the bad stuff. But we also did the money and found out that it was cheaper to give them a new laptop every year and have a small team configuring a better, up-to-date laptop than trying to keep things current and expecting them to patch, et cetera. Very counterintuitive. Getting rid of equipment all the time. The equipment you should deploy, you should have a drop-dead date of when that will be pulled back. Because the next thing you have to do is you have to patch it. Compliance. This is the nature of attacks. It's only 1 or 2 of these 5, sometimes 3 of the 5, if they're really elaborate. But it's not what you see in the movies, with a hyper genius typing really fast and everything else. It's someone saying, let me find that old thing that nobody even services anymore. In terms of patching, here's the deal. People don't do it. There's all these patches being issued, and quite frankly, the big success, the #1 success of cyber attacks is the fix was out there, it just wasn't implemented. Finally, the biggest thing is culture, and this surprises people. They expect the CIA technical guy to get up with some big technical fix, and I will show you some technology you need to invest in. But changing the culture, what's happened is, everybody says, we have a CISO, Chief Information Security Officer. We have one. You have one. Are you including them? Are you making them feel included? Are they in your workflow? Are they in your workspace? And the majority of the time, the CISO either was brought in and didn't understand the company's business, was raised up through the company but not in cyber, or maybe had a combination of them but didn't have the real C-suite access and the real C-suite support. Here's step 2, accelerate the adoption of 3 key technologies. You have to have these. There's no substitute. And everybody quivers when we say get into this. You got to go to the cloud. You got to go to the cloud initially as infrastructure, then as platform, and then finally as software as a service. You have to do this now. If you haven't done this now, you are greatly, greatly vulnerable. On its weakest day, the weakest, most pitiful cloud is stronger than a client-server system, the traditional system. The next thing you need to embrace is artificial intelligence. Now, everybody's worried about artificial intelligence. It's going to take away jobs. Does this mean runaway decision-making? Absolutely not. The problem is the solution by most of those companies are selling you is add more people. Add more people, we already described. That adds more threat surface. Add more people, they want privileged access to them. Artificial intelligence is the only way you can do this at speed. There is no human team that can keep up with it. There is a human team that can train your network how to respond. And that's what they end up doing. You end up training the AI tool. If your companies, you're not in the IT business, you're not in the cyber business, but if you can be successful against this cyber threat, you will develop an agility and ability to make decisions as an organization that will benefit your business. This will have a tremendous benefit of your business because the whole digital world is moving this fast. Cyber is one element of it. You're all in the digital world, whether or not you provide a digital service. Most cyber briefings are very depressing. And while this is a very, very serious issue, as an American has seen great Americans confront really tough problems, this is something you can do.